Hey guys, and for today's video I just wanted to say something. On my channel I am doing a giveaway, so if you guys want to go see that. And yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, some of you probably do, I was at the hospital. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what's wrong with me because I'm kind of embarrassed, so I'm just gonna tell you my experience. I'm not the type of person that would really go to the hospital often. This is pretty much like my first time going to the hospital for me. So yeah, and let's just say I had a lot of pain around this area and the under area. So yeah, it's pretty bad. So me and my mom, we went to the clinic. They said they couldn't help me. They didn't know what was wrong with me. And then I experienced a back pain. And yeah, that was pretty bad. It was starting to hurt really bad, and my mom was signing the papers, and the lady was like, yeah, you're just gonna have to wait 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, 30 minutes, I can hold it. Ask her if I can go to the restroom. I go to the restroom, and I don't know, I felt like throwing up all of a sudden, and ugh, it was horrible. So my mom had to do the restroom as well, so she went after me. She knocked on the door, and I didn't answer, and she knocked on the door again, still didn't answer. Knocked again, bam, I opened the door. I didn't answer because I didn't hear her until I heard her say, Leslie, are you okay? And I was like, oh, it's my mom. So I answered the door, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. She says, okay, go to the waiting room. And I go, and the lady told me if I was feeling okay. I told her my back's hurting now. I feel like throwing up, and I was telling her my pain. She said, well, you're gonna have to go to the hospital because we can't do anything for you. So my mom comes, we tell her, she's like, oh my god. So I did all that paperwork for nothing. So we go, and I feel really bad, and it didn't take that long. They asked me to go, and they did this one test on me. They gave me like a little wristband, and yeah. So I head into the room. They told me to sit down, and they tell me, okay, you're gonna have to pee in a cup. A cup. So I go and I pee on the cup, and so I go pee on the cup, and then that's over. I put the cup down, and I was in the room I was in, and yeah. So I sat down, and they said, okay, wait here. We're gonna call the doctor. The doctor comes in. He's asked me what's wrong and stuff like that. I tell him what's happening to me, and then he's like, okay. And then another doctor comes in. He leaves, and then another doctor comes in, and he said, hi, a lot of people don't really like me. So I was like, why? And he's like, because I'm the person to take out blood from you. I'm like, ooh. So they take 6 samples of blood from me, and I have a fear of needles. So I was crying, not because it hurt, but because I'm scared of needles. So they took out blood from me. I was holding on to my mom's hand, and she was laughing at me because I was crying like a little wuss. So yeah, then they put me on this little medication thing, and all the like medicine was going into my arm, and I felt it going in, but then I got used to it. So we waited for a while, and I was posting pictures on Instagram of what was happening, texting my friends and stuff like that. Then they say that I need to go to this other place with this other doctor, and he has me sit on the wheelchair. So I'm right there sitting on the wheelchair, and he's bringing the bag along with me, so I have to have it on my wrist, on my right here, on my wrist, on this area, whatever it's called. So yeah, he was pushing me on the wheelchair, and I didn't really feel comfortable with it. And we go into this room where they scan you and stuff like that, and he says I have to unbuckle my bra, and I was trying to. Then I asked my mom, can you unbuckle my bra? And then he's like, make sure they're on the sides, and I was like, okay. And then we were waiting and stuff like that, and he said he had to check if they were on the sides to like make sure like they're not on my back or anything. So he puts his hand in my shirt, make sure they're on the thing, and I feel a bit uncomfortable, but I was like, the man's doing his job. So he scans me, yeah, and then my mom buckles my bra again, and he has to push me to this other room, and this nurse is pregnant. She's a nice person. She's a nice lady, but she's pregnant. So she was checking if my sides and stuff like that, everything. Like, you know how you would check with the babies and stuff like that to see how the baby looks? They're checking my insides like that. And it took a while. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the baby crying and stuff. So they were scanning me, and yeah, that took like a while. We got there at 5, and then we left at like 9, so we were there for 4 hours. And then I go back to my room, and they put me on this other medicine, and they gave me some pills also and stuff like that. And I rested, I fell asleep for a little bit, and I noticed that 2 more bags were in, like, 3 bags were empty, and I was using another bag. My mom said they put me on 4 other medications, and I took 4 pills, not when I was asleep. I took 4 pills before I went to sleep. So I was on 8 meds, so I was pretty much drugged up. And yeah, we waited, the bag was empty, and we finally got to go home, and now I have so much pills to take. So that was my weekend. Yeah, please check out my giveaway thing. I'm gonna also do a video about that. So yeah, bye.